Does anybody really know what time it is? Aging with humor, you would think that seniors might have an issue with the concept of time. The older they get, the less time they have left. Salvador Dali's iconic painting, The Persistence of Memory, with its melting clocks, is one of the most famous works of art. He was the first person who made me ponder the unreliability of time despite our feeble attempts down through the years to control it. Our neighbors to the south, primarily Senator Marco Rubio and his colleagues, reintroduced a bill to make daylight saving time permanent, and as a result, we in the north are thinking along the same lines. The idea of aligning waking hours to daylight hours to conserve candles was proposed in 1784 by Benjamin Franklin shortly after he was accidentally electrocuted while flying a kite. Nobody knows if Ben was being satirical or lucid, but Franklin suggested that waking up earlier in the summer would save Americans a lot of money. Winston Churchill, always quick to steal ideas, argued that it would enlarge the opportunities for the pursuit of health and happiness among the millions of people who live in this country. His adversaries dubbed it daylight slaving time. Retailing interests, sports, and tourism favored daylight saving, while agricultural and evening entertainment interests and some religious groups opposed it. Myriad energy crises and war prompted its initial adoption. I have been springing forward and falling back for decades. Frankly, as I have aged, it has become tedious, because I now own so many appliances with digital clocks that it takes me forever to make the necessary adjustments. The car was easy, but I have yet to figure out how to change the time on my microwave. It seems quite rigid, unwilling to make alterations except for how long I want to reheat a cup of coffee, which is its principal use. This is depressing given that I paid over $200 for the little machine that sits imperiously on my counter merely warming up coffee and daring me to try to change its arrogant settings. In listing the benefits of DST, Rubio's thinking might be like that of Ben Franklin. He says it will reduce car accidents, robberies, cardiac issues, seasonal depression, and childhood obesity. My thinking is that the country that stands to win the most with this strategy is the United Kingdom. The Brits are thoroughly annoyed about the incessant seasonal time changes, which forces them to move Big Ben, their massive clock, forward and backward an hour each year. Also, it causes them enormous expense in having to adjust each of the gigantic rocks at Stonehenge, a prehistoric monument on Salisbury Plain in Wiltshire, England, 2 miles, 3 kilometers, west of Amesbury. I have been there, and I can attest to the fact that the rocks are substantial and laid out in an impressive order. The outer ring comprises vertical sarsen standing stones, each around 13 feet, 4.0 meters, high, 7 feet, 2.1 meters, wide. They weigh around 25 tons, topped by connecting horizontal lintel stones. Inside is a ring of smaller bluestones. Inside these are freestanding trilithons, 2 bulkier vertical sarsens joined by 1 lintel. They are only moved a few feet, but must comply with the purpose of the structure, that it be oriented towards the sunrise on the summer solstice. Daylight saving time is the practice of advancing clocks, typically by 1 hour, during warmer months so that darkness falls at a later clock time. Clocks are set forward by 1 hour in the spring forward, and back by 1 hour in autumn, fall back, to return to standard time. The royals are not amused by the practice. At Buckingham Palace, afternoon tea time is served around 4 p.m., between lunch and dinner. We do not need to change this beloved tradition to suit the needs of the colonies, they said. We already have enough problems with Andrew and his fleshy friends and Harry, who has run off to be with that American woman. Sir Mick Jagger chimed in with, "We initially chose our name, the Rolling Stones, to honor the Stonehenge monoliths that were literally rolled from a distant quarry hundreds of miles away. This seasonal aberration has caused us a great deal of turmoil, which has resulted in extensive drug therapy. Our guitarist, Keith Richards, has been in treatment for years. We suspect that the owners of Rolling Stone magazine are equally distressed. We would like to know who to sue. We tried to draw attention to this problem way back in 1964 with the release of the song, Time Is on My Side, but nobody took us seriously. Other musical icons have also tried vainly to deal with this issue. Does anybody really know what time it is?" was written and released by the rock band, Chicago, in 1969 in their attempt to indicate ambivalence towards the subject of time. Even when faced with clocks and watches, the song's lyricist cannot find it in him to really care about the concept of time. There you have it. Mick Jagger, Chicago, the Royals, Marco Rubio and me, the retirement coach, all seemingly aligned in the battle against time change. I trust that you will find the time to lend us your support. Aging with Humor by the Retirement Coach is a YouTube video channel that takes a light look at life for the +50 set. I retired at age 54. That was 26 years ago. I have been writing popular retirement humor newspaper columns ever since. I also record Retirement Coach podcasts. I appreciate your subscriptions at no cost, and thanks for your support. As we age, the best way to cope is with a daily dose of humor. Thanks for watching.